I haven't done a video in a while, but I just really felt like singing this song this morning. And I just realized, I know how blessed we are because Jesus lives. And because he lives, we can face tomorrow, whatever may come. Because he lives, there's nothing that comes into our lives that can bring devastation if we keep our eyes on him. You know, I lost my brother and my daddy to a house fire 2 years ago, this November. And even in the midst of sitting on my front steps, watching this tragedy occur, Jesus was with me. He held me for 3 days. Because he lives, I could face that tragedy because he was with me. And he is the reason for living. He is the reason for continuing on and walking this walk. He is my everything. So may you be blessed today, and just knowing whatever you're going through, because he lives. And we have the promised hope of living with him forever. As a child of God, your address, your residence changes from earth to heaven. We never die. Our address just changes. And that's such a blessing to know that the loved ones that we have that have gone on, if they followed a life for Jesus, they just switched residences and they're waiting on us. And that's so encouraging. So be blessed. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds my future. Yes, you do, Jesus. And life is worth the living just because you live. Because you live, I can face tomorrow. Because you live, all my fear is gone. Because I know who holds my future. And life is worth the living just because you live. And life is worth the living just because you live. Hallelujah. Isn't it sweet? Isn't it sweet to trust in Jesus? Isn't it sweet to have that promise that we will see our loved ones again and we will have a grand family reunion and be right with Jesus forever? Isn't it sweet? Isn't it grand? How precious it is to have that promise. You know, he promised us in his word that he would never leave us, that he would never forsake us. He's so true to his word. He's more true to his word than our minds can comprehend and our bodies can understand. He's so very good, and he loves us so very much. In the midst of this world that we're living in, you know, this world is destroying itself. It's very evident that this world is decaying day by day. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter who's in the Congress. It doesn't matter who's in the Senate. Those men and women are frail human beings of weak minds most of the time. Our hope is not in them because this world is decaying. He told us in his word that the end would come. And when we see these signs, look up, for our redemption draweth nigh. He told us. And here on this earth, we bite and devour each other over policies, over politics. Really? There's no value in it. I know as Christians that we have a duty to vote. We have a duty to speak based on what we believe through his word. And oh, how we are criticized for it. I hear people say separation of church and state. Well, I'm sorry, I disagree, because my Jesus belongs in everything. My Jesus belongs in everything. And to take him out, that's destruction, you know? You can't be in church and you can't be a witness and then say, oh, well, when I go vote, I don't take him with me to the polls. Can't do that. I can't do that. You may be able to, but I can't. I won't. He's my everything. My life is not perfect by any means. It is not. I don't claim to have it all together because those of you know me, no, I definitely don't. But I do try to live my life as an example of his love. I try. I fail lots. But he's so awesome. He is so very awesome. And I want him to be glorified in my life and all that I go through and all that I walk. I just want his name to be lifted up. He tells us in his word that if he is lifted up, he will draw all men unto himself. And if I can help one person out of this entire world have hope in Jesus, then I've accomplished my mission. May he always be honored and glorified in my life in every area. Yes, I have lots of room for improvement, but by his grace, he started a work in me. And you know what? He started a work in you. And he's faithful and just to complete his work. He never fails, and he's not going to let us down. He never has. Yes, there may be things in your life right now that look upside down and look like, where is he at? But I can assure you, he's right in the midst. He's right in the midst. Keep your eyes on him. Turn your eyes away from the situation, because the more you look at the situation, the more hopeless it gets, or seems to get, and the more the enemy says to you, it's never going to change. How many of you heard that? It's never going to change. I can promise you that's a lie. Why? Because you have a God who's on the scene. You have a God who's working behind the scenes when you can't see it. I know he's done it for me and is doing it for me. He's very faithful. He promised he'd never leave us. I don't know about you, but that's a promise that I know he's kept. As my mom used to say, you can take it to the bank. He's never failed me. He's never left me. And he's sure not going to start now. So may you be blessed today. May you remember, because he lives, you can face tomorrow.